Hi, this is Josh back here discussing how to fight H. pylori. This is part 2 of our segment. We're discussing alternatives to prescription medications like proton pump inhibitors and antibiotics to fight H. pylori. Okay, so here's some other tips. We talked about berberine last time. We talked about changing your diet, and we talked about different foods that you can eat to fight H. pylori. Let's talk about some more supplements. So Manuka honey. Manuka honey is fantastic for killing H. pylori. I would recommend 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. A supplement with mastic gum. So you're going to take 1 capsule twice a day. Matula tea. You could just find that in any Whole Foods. You're going to do 2 or 3 cups a day of that tea. Deglycerized licorice. Fantastic for rebuilding the mucosa of the stomach, but it actually helps to prevent the colonization of H. pylori too. Zinc carnosine, same thing. It will fight H. pylori, but also help rebuild the mucosa. Zinc carnosine, you could get chewable tablets. You could do this twice a day. And aloe vera gel is just fantastic. Aloe vera gel can be found in capsule form, but if you can, I recommend also drinking the liquid form, but you want to get the gel because the gel is a little bit thicker, so it will be able to line the esophagus, line the stomach, and really help to heal the mucosa, but also to cool down the inflammation that acid reflux has left behind, like any abrasions of the esophagus from the chronic acid reflux jump up from the H. pylori. Cranberry juice, you want to get the unsweetened kind. You can mix, you do a little bit, you mix it in with water, some stevia. That's really, really great for killing H. pylori. You want to do about 8 to 16 ounces of cranberry juice daily. You can just mix a little bit in with water and just drink that throughout the day. There are definitely supplements that combine these things like mastic gum, zinc carnosine, aloe vera, berberine, that combine them into one supplement. We use them in our practice in the ARC Wellness Center, and it makes it a lot more easier than getting 5 or 6 supplements to do this, because that can lead to non-compliance, and it's just too much to swallow on top of like your foundational supplements that you're taking. You want to do this program for at least 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, because it just takes time for the H. pylori to get killed off. You can retest in about like a month or 2 afterwards for the H. pylori. I wouldn't retest right away, because even if you kill off the H. pylori, it'll come back negative right away, but you want to make sure that it's stayed away. So you want to cut back. You want to come back and do the testing probably like 2 months later. With all this regimen, even though it's totally natural, it's still very effective, and that means you can also get a die-off reaction with H. pylori. So H. pylori, remember, is a bacteria, so they release, when you kill off a bacteria, it can release toxins, and you can get like this die-off reaction, nausea, dizziness, fatigue. So if that happens, I recommend half a tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of bentonite clay or French green clay, and you just mix that into water and you drink that. Best time is probably at night, because that's away from all supplements, because that can really drag out nutrition. So you want to make sure that you do that at least 2 to 3 hours away from taking any supplements. But what it will do, the bentonite clay, the French green clay, it will grab on to any of the toxins or any of the die-off of the bacteria. It'll grab onto it and pull it out of the stool, so you have less of a die-off reaction. So that's about it. So let's just sum it up. Changing your eating habits, changing your diet. You follow the 10 tips for healthy digestion. Not eating too quickly, chewing your food well, not going to sleep on a full stomach. Those are the preventative measures, but also you need to start doing them. If you want to make sure that the H. pylori stay away. The clean gut diet is probably the best diet you can do when it comes in coordination with all the supplements that you're doing, just because it is a bacteria-friendly diet, it's a ketogenic diet. And then all the supplements we mentioned berberine, we mentioned mastic gum, we mentioned Manuka honey, Matula tea, deglycerized licorice, aloe vera gel, the cranberry juice. These are all necessary. don't think like, oh, I'm just going to do the mastic gum, it's going to go away. I'll just do the vermin, it's going to go away. You need to do all of these for different reasons, whether it's the killing off the bacteria, killing off the H. pylori, restoring the mucosa, preventing the H. pylori from not colonizing. You need all these supplements. You need them to do them all together. They have different mechanisms and they work in different ways, and this will reassure that the H. pylori will be eradicated. So thank you so much for joining me. Please like us on Facebook on our ARC Wellness page. Please like us, our YouTube videos, and please subscribe. Thank you very much for joining today. Be in good health.